I just got home from work this evening, and I was welcomed by a bunch of really excited dogs tonight. So hopefully they have calmed down enough so that we can do a good yoga session together. In general, they don't bother me when they come and want to practice with me. I hope they don't bother you either. So tonight we have Jasper, Kasha, who just went off the camera. Then we have Kirsa here and Satya here. So come to a comfortable seated position and gently close your eyes. And then sitting up nice and tall. Just begin by bringing your attention inward, noticing what's going on inside of you and letting everything else that's happening around you drift into the background. And just stay here for a moment, noticing, observing. And try not to judge whatever you come across. Also bring your attention to your breath, noticing at first how you are breathing at this moment. And if you're not already breathing deeply and slowly, try to slow your breath down and deepen it. And if your nose is available to you tonight, just breathe through your nose only if possible. And just kind of get a feel for the sensations you might come across as your breath travels through your body. And then we will practice the 3-part breath together. Remember to let your belly come out as you inhale, and then we'll draw the navel to the spine on the exhale. So inhale to your belly, to your ribs, to your shoulders, and hold. Exhale, pull your navel to the spine. And hold. Inhale to your belly, to your ribs, to your shoulders. Hold. Exhale, pull your navel to the spine. Hold. Inhale to your belly, to your ribs, to your shoulders. Hold. Exhale, pull your navel to the spine. Hold. And then inhale and exhale. Inhale. And as you exhale, just let your head fall down towards your chest and then begin to roll out your neck, moving in both directions, making nice big circles. And if you feel like you need to hold the stretch somewhere, go ahead and do that. As usual. And let's finish one more circle. And then let your head hang again. Think about, even though your head is hanging down towards your chest, lengthening your spine and pulling the shoulders back and down. And then look straight ahead and open your eyes to self-gaze. And tonight, let's go ahead and go onto the back, onto the mat. We're going to start lying down. We're actually going to start with a couple of abdominal exercises. So let's go all the way down. And then we'll stick the legs up into the air. And if you like, if you have some issues with the lower back, oh, that's my hair. Go ahead. Oh, she's doing it again. Oh, Kirsa, please stop. Good girl. Place your hands underneath your hips right here. So that will alleviate a little bit of the pressure or the strain on the lower back. So we'll start with the legs straight up in the air. And then we're going to lower the legs just a little bit and hold. And while you're holding here, pull your navel to the spine and make sure that your lower back is in contact with either your hands or the floor. I'm going to keep my hands next to my body. Good girl, kitty. And then take your legs a little bit lower. Now really engage your core here. So you don't want to feel any strain in your lower back. And if you do, then lift your legs up a little bit further again. And just hold, pull your navel in, hold it and breathe, hold it and breathe, hold it and breathe, and then bring it back up to 90 degrees. Giving yourself just a moment, a couple of breaths, and then we'll do it again. Lower your legs just a little, hold it, pull your navel to the spine, engage your core, feel yourself tightening up through your midsection. And then lower your legs a little further, hold, pull in at the core. Make sure you don't feel any strain in your lower back. If you do, bring your legs further up again. And then take your legs all the way up. All right, couple of breaths here. And then we'll do it once again, one more time, one last time. Lower your legs a little bit, pull your navel in and up. And also, I just noticed how much I'm holding myself up with my shoulders, but try to relax your shoulders. And then lower your legs more, hold it, pull your navel in and up, and continue to breathe. And then lift your legs up and pull your knees into your body. Bring your forehead to your knees and just give yourself a break here. You can rock from side to side. And then come back up to your back. And now, depending on the strength in your abdominal muscle, we will do 3 boat poses. But you can rock forward into the boat pose from this position, but do not feel like you have to. This requires quite a bit of abdominal strength. So if you don't have that tonight, feel free to start from a sitting position, okay? I'm going to demonstrate both. So the first boat pose I'm going to demonstrate from here. We're going to bring the legs up, we're going to bring the arms up, and we're going to rock forward into boat pose. And here we will hold and breathe. Pull your navel in, try to have your head in natural alignment with your spine. So try not to have the head poking forward. Pull your navel in. If you want to make it more challenging even, you can bring your arms next to the ears. And then slowly come back down. So this was boat pose number 1. You can reach your arms behind you. Stretch it out for a moment. And now this next boat I'm going to demonstrate from the sitting position. Go ahead, prepare, and then come up into boat pose. Boat pose, I should have told you that before I did the first one. You can also do with holding onto the legs or even placing one foot to the floor and then switching it off. Whatever you need to do, but you want to challenge yourself a little bit, so pull your navel in and just hold. Hold, hold, and then take it down. Good job. Whew. Straighten out your legs and your arms again. Reach. We'll do this once again, one last time. Get ready, and however you can, come up into boat pose. Whoop. Breathing deeply. I know your abs are getting tired by now. And then gently release it. Come on down. Hug your knees into your body. And then bring your forehead to your knees again. And depending on your preference, you can either roll over to your right side and help yourself up. to seated, or you can rock forward and back. And maybe on the third or fourth time, come to seated. Good job. We're going to revisit the abs again later on, but right now let's go on to hands and knees and move through cat and cow and just do a quick and efficient warm up for the back. So as you go through cat and cow, exhale into cat, rounding the back and letting the head hang down, and inhale to cow, swaying the back and looking up. You want to do this at your own pace. And as you're going through cat and cow, pay attention to how your back and your spine feel tonight. And in cow pose, since we already just worked the abs pretty hard, you should feel a nice little stretch in your ab muscles right here. And then go ahead on your next inhale, widen your knees and pull into extended child's pose. Your behind can go all the way to your feet, but it doesn't have to. So if that's not happening for you tonight, that's fine. Whatever works. Move your hands over to the right and stick your left hip out. Feel a nice little stretch through the left side of your body. And then bring your hands through the center and over to the left. Stick your right hip out. Feel that stretch, that lengthening through the right side of the body. And then take your hands back to the center. Taking a deep breath. And on your exhale, come on up into downward facing dog. And walk it out, pedaling your feet back and forth. Spread your fingers wide. And then go ahead and settle into your down dog, your first down dog of the day. Maybe you already did some down dogs today. Who knows? I did already. Think about bringing your inner elbows forward. Hello. Here's another beautiful down dog. And then let's rock forward into a knee plank. And as you exhale, come to knees, chest, chin. And then inhale slowly into cobra pose. Try to use only the muscles in your back. Stay here for your exhale. And then inhale to extended child's pose. And exhale to downward facing dog. Let's inhale. And then let it go. Once again, inhale to knee plank and exhale to knees, chest, chin. And inhale to cobra pose. Stay here for your exhale. Inhale to extended child's pose. Watch out. And exhale to downward facing dog. Taking a deep breath. And exhale it out. And then inhale to knee plank. Exhale to knees, chest, chin. Inhale to cobra and exhale in cobra. Inhale to extended child's pose. exhale to downward facing dog. Breathing in and breathing out. And then step your feet forward and let your upper body hang in ragdoll. Knees are bent, upper body is loose. Shake out your head, shake out your upper body. Let it sway. Loosen it up. And then slowly begin to roll up your back one vertebra at a time. And when you get up there, slide your shoulder blades down your back. And then place your hands into Anjali Mudra, which is the universal hand position of reverence. Everybody knows it. Thumbs to your heart. And then inhale, reach up. And exhale to forward fold. Do you know what? I'm going to move my mat forward just a little bit so that I don't start banging on the gong when I get going. There we go. Okay. As you inhale, lift your chest and look forward. Extended forward fold. You can have your hands on the floor, or you can have your hands on your shins, or even on your thighs. Either way, just try to flatten out your back and then exhale to downward facing dog. Inhale to plank or knee plank. You can always go back to the knee plank. Exhale to knees, chest, chin, or chaturanga, which is the low push-up position. If you do chaturanga, try to keep your elbows about the same height as your shoulders. As you inhale, come to cobra or upward facing dog. And then exhale to downward facing dog. Take a deep breath in. And then let it go. Look forward as you inhale and exhale. Step or hop to forward fold. And here, let's go ahead and put the hands behind the calves and then gently pull yourself a little bit closer to your legs. You can modify this position by bending your knees a little bit. But if your legs are completely straight, try to shift your body weight a little bit onto the balls of your feet. And then inhale as you come all the way up. And exhale, forward fold. Inhale, lift your chest, extend it, forward fold. Exhale to downward facing dog. Inhale to plank or knee plank. Exhale to knees, chest, chin, or chaturanga. Inhale to cobra or upward facing dog. And exhale, downward facing dog. Breathe in. And breathe out. Look forward as you inhale. Exhale, both feet forward to forward fold. Inhale, come all the way up. Make a nice big arm movement. And then exhale to fold. Inhale, extended forward fold. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale to plank. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. And exhale, down dog. And remember, any modification you might want to do is fine. You don't have to do exactly what I'm doing. Just make sure you stay safe with whatever you decide you want to do. Look forward as you inhale, and then exhale, step or hop, forward fold. Inhale all the way up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, your right foot back, lunge pose. Try to look straight ahead so that your back is straight, and then exhale to downward dog. Inhale to plank or knee plank. Exhale, knees, chest, chin, or chaturanga. Inhale, cobra or up dog. And exhale, downward facing dog. As you inhale, take your right leg up, straight up into the air. Try to keep your hips facing forward and down. In other words, try to avoid opening the hip like this. And then bring this right leg through into lunge. Now, if your foot gets stuck halfway, just go ahead and grab a hold of it and place it to the front edge of the mat. So you want to prevent yourself from doing a lunge like this. This is not a lunge. A lunge has the front foot firmly planted. The entire foot is on the floor. Take your left foot next to the right for forward fold. Inhale, come all the way up. And exhale, fold. Inhale, your left foot back to lunge. Once again, looking straight ahead so that the back is straight and flat. And then exhale to downward facing dog. Inhale to plank. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. And exhale, down dog. And as you inhale, lift your left leg up. And then bring it through to lunge. Exhale, your right foot next to the left for forward fold. Inhale, come all the way up. And exhale, fold. Inhale, your right foot back to lunge. And exhale to downward facing dog. My hair is doing crazy stuff tonight. Inhale to plank. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. And exhale, downward facing dog. And remember when I said we're going to revisit the abdominal muscles? This is where we're going to do that. So lift the right leg up. And then instead of bringing the right leg forward into the lunge, we're going to come into a plank and we will draw the right leg into the chest, right here, holding it. And then switch to bring the right knee to the outside of the right elbow. Hold it. And then switch to bring this right knee to the outside of the left elbow. Hold it. And then bring the knee back to the center and just see if you can drop it down, drop the right foot down to lunge. Staying here. Inhale. Exhale, your left foot next to the right for forward fold. Inhale, come all the way up. And exhale, fold. Inhale as you bring your left foot back to lunge. And exhale to downward facing dog. Inhale to plank. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. And exhale, downward facing dog. And of course, we have to do the same thing we just did on the right side. on the left side. As you inhale, bring your left leg straight up. And then exhale here. And on your next inhale, bring your knee to the chest as you come into a plank. Hold it and breathe. And then go ahead and bring this left knee to the outside of the left elbow. Hold. And then bring the left knee to the outside of the right elbow. Hold. And then bring the knee back to the center and see if you can just drop it into your lunge. Take in a deep breath. And then take your right foot next to the left for forward fold. Inhale, come all the way up. And exhale, fold. Inhale, your right foot back to lunge. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale to plank. I had my breathing wrong. Inhale to plank. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. And exhale, downward facing dog. And as you inhale, lift your right leg straight up and then step it through to lunge. And then here, making sure that you're engaging all leg muscles, calves, quads, hamstrings, butt. Lift both arms up and come into equestrian pose. You can also just bring the back knee down and still lift both arms up. Reach through your back heel. Engage those leg muscles. Stay strong. And then we're going to place both hands to the floor. And at the same time, we're going to straighten out the front leg. And we're going to step in the back leg just a little bit. Your drishti, your gaze point, is towards your big toe in the front. Make sure you have your right hip pulled back and the left hip pulled forward so that your hips are as even as they can be. Take slow, deep breaths. And then from here, we will just bring this back foot next to the front foot and fold. Inhale, come all the way up. And exhale, fold. Inhale, your left foot back to lunge. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale to plank. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. And exhale, downward facing dog. And then as you inhale, lift your left leg up and bring it forward into lunge. And then again, we're going to either keep the knee on the floor, or we're going to engage all the leg muscles, and on a slow inhale, either way, lift both arms up. This is equestrian pose. Maybe you can add a little back bend here. Some people also call it a crescent lunge because of that little back bend. Make sure you're breathing, and then slowly bring your hands to the floor, straighten out your front leg, step the back foot in a little bit, and fold. Don't forget that your drishti, your gaze point is your big toe. So you're not hyperextending your neck by looking forward, but you're also not just dropping your head. You're looking to the toe and you're keeping your head in natural alignment with your spine. Pull your right hip forward and the left hip back. And breathe. Making sure that you're not propping yourself up on your hands here. They're just there for balance. You should feel a nice stretch in the back of your front leg. And then go ahead and step your right foot next to the left and just fold. Inhale, come all the way up. And exhale, fold. Inhale, extended forward fold. Once again, flatten out the back. Exhale to downward dog. Inhale to plank. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. And I believe you have earned yourself a little break. So come into extended child's pose or any other pose that you like to do to rest in. And just close your eyes for a moment and see if your body is giving you any kind of feedback. And if you've done yoga with me for a while, you know I always say that your body responds to you in sensations. So you got to notice, feel what's going on inside of your body. And of course, that is not my quote. That quote comes from Bessel van der Kolk. And I just love that. Deep breaths here. And then come back to downward facing dog. Taking slow, deep breaths. And we will take the right leg up and step it forward into lunge. And go ahead and either bring your hands to your front thigh for support. This time you have to stay up on your back toes. So if you have a hard time holding this, then I would say go ahead and place your back knee to the floor and just lift the arms up and stay here, okay? Otherwise, if you want to join me to make it a little bit more challenging, come back up into your high lunge, arms up or arms on top of your front thigh, and then inhale as you straighten your front leg, dig your front heel into the floor, and exhale as you bend it. Inhale as you straighten it. And exhale as you bend it. Inhale straight. Exhale, bend. And then turn your back foot over and come into warrior two. Gaze across your front fingertips. Taking slow, deep breaths. And And then windmill your arms back down and step back to downward facing dog. Good job. Taking a deep breath here. And exhale, let it go. And let's inhale, lifting the left leg up, stepping it through into that lunge. And you know what I said for the other side. If you are not yet able to hold yourself up in the equestrian pose, go ahead and bring your back knee to the floor and just lift both arms straight up. And then if you do want to join me, come into equestrian pose, or you can keep your hands on your front thigh. And then inhale as you straighten your front leg. Engage your leg muscles, keep your core tight, and exhale as you come back down. Inhale, straight. And exhale, bend. Careful that your shoulders don't start to crawl up towards your ears. Inhale, straighten. And exhale, bend. And then slowly, as you exhale, turn your back foot over and come into warrior two. And it's always okay to make rearrangements with the feet if they don't turn out to land in the right position the first time. In warrior two, you want to have your front heel and your back arch in one line. And you want to try to have both arms the same height. And then as you exhale, windmill your arms down and step back to downward facing dog. Deep breath. Inhale to plank. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. And exhale, downward facing dog. Look forward as you inhale. And exhale, step or hop to forward fold. Inhale, come all the way up. And then we will stop in mountain pose. And we will do some balancing. So let me tell you what we're about to do so that you don't have to think too much as we're moving through, okay? So I'll just give you a quick preview. We're going to lift one leg up, then we're going to extend it forward, then without touching it to the ground, we're going to come into a warrior three. And then from here, we will step back into an equestrian pose. Hopefully that'll work out. So let's go ahead and lift. Plant the left foot firmly into the mat and then lift the right leg up. Making sure the hips are leveled. Go ahead and extend the right leg forward. Keep it as high as you can. And then slowly move into your warrior three. Arms can be forward, but they can also stay where they're at. And now gently and carefully place yourself into equestrian pose. And then exhale to downward facing dog. Good job. Inhale to plank. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Look forward as you inhale, and then exhale, both feet forward to forward fold. Inhale, come all the way up, and exhale. Stop in mountain pose. And we'll do the same thing on this side, on the other side. So bring your body weight onto your right foot and lift your left leg up. And then extend your left leg forward. Making sure your hips stay level. Now, without touching the foot to the floor, come into your warrior three. The goal here is to have your leg and your upper body parallel to the floor, but it doesn't have to happen tonight. All right? And then gently place yourself into your equestrian pose. Good job. And then on your next exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale to plank. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. And exhale, downward facing dog. Breathing in and letting it go. And then come down onto your knees. And here's a tip. If you have knee issues and your knees don't bend like they used to, you can put a pillow right here underneath your thighs and then sit on it. Or you can just, if your knees are okay and it all works fine, you can just sit back on your heels, sit up nice and tall. I'm going to face so I don't have to turn my head. Sit up nice and tall, shoulders back and down, and just take a moment in hero pose. I don't know if you can see that in me, but I'm uneven, so this hip does not want to settle down. I have a knee injury that happened a long time ago, but ever since then I've been compensating for this injured knee, and so my whole left side is wonky. I'm trying though, yoga is helping me to understand what I need to work on, but it's difficult. So just in case if you see me like being kind of lopsided or whatever, I'm aware of it. I just can't help it right now. And then swing your legs around and take them to the front. Pulling the toes towards you. Inhale, reach up. And exhale, fold. Think about bringing the belly button to the knees. To the thighs. Not to the knees. Sorry. Oh gosh. People who laugh about their own jokes are crazy. I'm crazy. That wasn't meant to be a joke though. If your belly button touches your thighs, you can let your head go. If it does not yet touch the thighs, just look straight past your feet. So you want to work with a straight back here. And then slowly pick your upper body up. We're going to move into the hips a little bit. If you have really tight hips, then it might be sufficient if you just cross the right leg in front of the left and sit up tall. However, and we're going to move forward with this, so you should feel this in the outside of your right hip. However, if you want a deeper hip stretch, Then go ahead and cross the right leg over the left so that one knee is right on top of the other and both feet are on either side of your body. And then inhale your arms up. Regardless of how you're sitting, inhale both arms up and then exhale as you let your upper body come forward. Making sure that you feel both sitting bones securely on your mat. So, and then you're using your upper body weight to push yourself down a little bit further, and you should feel a nice deep stretch in the outer hip on the right side, on the leg that is on top or in front. Breathe into it. And then slowly bring your upper body back up. Good job. Let's take the legs in front and wiggle them out. And then recross. This time either the left leg in front or the left knee on top of the right knee. Making sure you feel both sitting bones secure on the floor. Inhale, reach up, and exhale, come forward. Stay here for a moment, breathe deeply, and notice what's going on in the outer left hip. Maybe as you sit here and breathe, your hip lets go a little bit more. Hips are often really tight, so it's important that you spend a good amount of time stretching them. Stretching them, but also strengthening them. Because strong hips support your knees, and that's important. Take your upper body back up, and then go ahead and come down onto your back. And we will straighten out the right leg. And tonight, we're going to lift the left leg up and then take the left arm out to the side and take the right hand to the left leg and then just gently guide the left leg over to the right. And when you do that, your left hip will come up off the floor. Once your left leg has hit the floor, then bring your left shoulder to the floor and look over it. So make sure that both shoulders are on the floor and you're just feeling a nice twisting sensation in your midsection. And of course you can close your eyes here. And then go ahead and bring your left leg straight up again. And lower it to the floor, switching sides. The right leg comes up. Gently guide it over to the left. And when the right leg hits the floor, bring your right shoulder back down. Look over it. Again, feel free to close your eyes now. We're winding down. And if you have been practicing with me for a while, your body already knows that. Your body knows that when we're doing these types of stretches on the back, we're headed towards Shavasana, final relaxation. And go ahead and bring this leg straight up and back to the center. requires a little bit of core strength still. And then instead of placing the right foot down, lift the left leg up. And again, now really close your eyes if they were still open. Close them right now. And then make circles with your ankles. And point and flex your feet. Scrunch up your toes. Give your feet a little love. They've worked for you all day long. And if you have problems sleeping or falling asleep at night, I recommend you do this, but with the legs up against the wall for about 10 to 15 minutes before you go to bed. And what that does is it signals the parasympathetic nervous system that it is time to take over. And so then your body can relax and your body will have an easier time falling asleep. So you want to always try, unless it's necessary, of course, but you want to try to stay as long as possible during the day in the parasympathetic nervous system mode. But I do understand that sometimes the sympathetic nervous system has to be engaged. That is the one that is more ready to move, fight or flight. That may say something to you. You may understand that term. It's just more involved with action, whereas parasympathetic is involved with relaxation. Slowly bring your legs down and then extend them out on your mat. Take your arms next to your body with your palms facing up. And if your body feels like it needs to do a stretch that we didn't get to tonight, go ahead and do that stretch. You can do it right now. That way you get it out of the system and you don't have to think about it anymore. And then join us in final relaxation. Taking a deep breath and then sigh it out. And let your feet fall out to the side. And just let your body melt into the mat. And you stay on your back with the eyes lightly shut. Taking deep breath. And noticing what happens inside of your body as you're allowing yourself to relax. If you notice an area in your body that feels a little tight, try to direct your breath there. And whenever the breath gets there, try to relax. Gently reawaken your body by moving your fingers and your toe. Making gentle movement. And then place your feet onto your mat, and on a long, slow inhale, reach your arms behind you. And then exhale, curl up on your right side. And just reflect on the day that went by today. And think about an interaction you had with somebody that made you smile. So just think about an interaction you had with somebody that made you smile. And bring that to the forefront of your mind. And then keeping your eyes closed, gently help yourself up to a comfortable seated position. And when you get there, place your hands back into Anjali Mudra, thumbs to your heart, slightly bow your head. And I hope you feel good about yourselves. Thank you so much for joining me tonight. Namaste. Ooh, I can't. Yeah, thank you very much for joining me tonight. This was a very difficult yoga class for the abdominal muscles. So if you weren't used to engaging your abdominals that often and that much, you may be a little sore tomorrow. And if you do get sore tomorrow, please send some loving thoughts my way. Okay, don't curse me. Good night.